Hello again. So we have reached exercise 21, which is to write function to merge two sorted arrays. So we already wrote this exercise in the array course. So we need to embed the code in a function. So we have two arrays of dimension n and m, and then we need to have a third array, which is called fusion or fuse. And of course, its dimension is the sum of the two dimensions. So we need to pass to the function the array, or the first array with its dimension, the second array with its dimension, and the third array. We don't need the size of the third array because we can calculate it since it's equal to the sum of the sizes of the first two arrays. So I'm using the same function. So we have the reading of the dimension, the reading of the array, and the displaying of the arrays. However, we should pay attention that whenever we in this exercise, we need to read the array in a sorted way. So you need to just modify the reading array. So I will do it here first. So first I will read the first characters, the first element. So we already done that in the array also. So enter element 0. So there's no need to an I here. And I will read t of 0, and then I will start from I equal to 1. And of course the element, so the element at index I should be greater or equal to the element that precedes. So it's greater than or equal to I minus 1. So we'll repeat that as long as t of I is strictly less than ti minus 1. So if it's equal, it will be okay. If it's greater, it will be okay. But if it's less, I will repeat the entry. So we have just modified the read array. So we need here two arrays. So we have S1, T1. We need also S2 and T2, and of course the third one, which is T3. It's equal to 2 multiple size, because at maximum I can have the both arrays full, and so I know that the size of T3 is equal to S1 plus S2. So I will read S1, and then I will read S2 T2, so the dimension, and then T2 S2. So as easy as that. I already, in just 2 calls, I have done the same stuff. And then I need to do the fusion. So the fusion, it won't return anything unless you want to return the new dimension. So you can either, for example, place here S3 and declare an S3 here, the size, and the fusion should return S1 plus S2. So for here, I will not return anything. I will return a void. So I will pass T1, the array T1 and its dimension, T2 and its dimension, and of course T3 in order to fill it. So T1, S1, T2, and S2 are input, and T3 is the output. And then I will display the array T3. So we have here T3, and its size is equal to S1 plus S2. So let's write this fusion. So fusion, it will take 5 parameters. So it's int A, int M, int B. So those the first array and the second array. So the dimension, so S1 it would be equal to M, S2 equal to N, and T1, so it's A, and T2 it's C, and let's call it here fuse. So for the output array. So we already solved this exercise. So if I have this array, for example, 3, 7, 10, 20, and I have this array, so let's make it 5, 15, let's make it 10, 15, 20, 30, and 40. So obviously I will compare each index. So first I will put 3, and then I will increment, and then I put 7. I have 10, 10, I will pick any of these, and then I have 15 and 10, so I have 15, and then I have 20 and 20, I will pick one of these. Suppose that I have picked this one, so I will copy all the remaining array to this array. So we already done that. So so we have obviously 3 loops. The 4 loops will compare each of the 2 arrays, and whenever one of the array finishes, I will copy the remaining of the other array. So for that, I will have 3 counters. I will call it IA for index for the array A, index B, and index for fuse. Obviously, I will start all from 0. So they start from 0, so the index 0. And first, the first loop will loop over both arrays. So as long as IA is less than N, and of course, because we are looping at the same time, IB less, so M is here because the counter of A is M and the counter of B is N. So in the while loop, I will compare. So if the array A of index AI is less than the index of B, IB, so I need to copy A into fuse. So fuse into ifuse, so I need to increment ifuse, so I can do it here or later, so I will do it later, equal A of AI, and of course I will increment ifuse and I will increment the index of I. Otherwise it means that it's either equal or greater, so I just need to copy the B1, the element in B. So in fuse I will copy B of IB, I will increment ifuse and I will increment IB. Whenever I'm out of the loop, it means one of the two arrays is empty, so I need just to copy the remaining. So if IA is less than M, it means that the array A contains some of the elements, so I just need to copy the elements of A into ifuse. Otherwise, if IB is less than N, it means that there's some elements in B, so I just need to copy the remaining of the elements. So here I just copy those ones. So obviously one of these two whiles will be executed and there's nothing to return at the end. So let's run and see. So the first array, let's enter 3 dimensions, so 20, 10, 20 and 30. So okay, they are sorted. Let's say we have 4 here. I will enter first 0 and then I will enter -5. So okay, it will not work. So however, here we have some the output is a bit it misses the element 1. So because we are starting from 1, we are displaying, so we can place here element 1, so it's okay. It's just the output for the first element. So it will ask us to repeat the entry, so I will enter 10 here in order to have the same elements. And let's say I will have 11 and 12, and as the output, okay, it's equal to 0, 10, 2 times 10, 11, 12 and 20 and 30, and yes, this is the output. So we already done this. We just need to review the question in the array course, and again, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to write to me. However, I have just an idea for you, so you can write the fusion recursively if you want. It's a bit difficult and it will take some time, so if you want, you can try to write it, and if you got it, you can send it to me and I will display it on my website and I will feature you on the solution. And this is it for this exercise, and thanks for watching.